everybody. I am here for day 3 of Care December, and today's prompt is the word caterpillar. I found a picture on Pinterest that had a cute caterpillar that I was thinking about drawing. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a play with green. I've got a bunch of green things here, media products here, and I'm just gonna do some play. So this is the journal that I've selected. It's a blue-green sort of colored journal, and there are gonna be 3 signatures in here that are 10 pages each. So there's a lot more than I need for the 15 days of Care December. So anyway, I haven't sewn these in because I think it's just going to be easier to work with it without sewing it. And I have put a piece of lace here on the cover. And when I'm finished with Care December, I'll sew this together. So this is the piece that I'm working on right now. And I won't put anything in the other 2 signatures until after I've completed this. And I don't necessarily, if you watched yesterday's video, I had, the word was fern, and I've got several pieces of paint where I painted what we're using a jelly plate like Cassia used, and with acrylic paint and a gel plate. So, I think I've got another one in here too. This is actually on sheet music in it, or a hymnal, and I did it on both sides of that. So I think that's all I did. Oh, now there's another one. So I've got it in several places for that prompt. And I'll be doing that throughout this series. Just not, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So, but what I think I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to put a bit of gesso on this page because I want to be able to see the product better. I'm not going to gesso the whole page, but just gesso some of it. This gesso has been in this pot for quite a while, and it's pretty thick. I'm just going to put a thin coat. I want to be able to see the music, but I don't want the music to just distract from everything that I'm doing with the... something I planned to do was to put this piece of deli paper under there to keep me from messing up the pages underneath, as I'm willy-nilly doing this, applying gesso and then all the other products that I've got. And I'll tell you what they are as I go through it, but no point in me showing you because I don't really know what I'm going to be using for sure. I do want to dry this before I put any of the other media on here, mediums on here. Care December is a free project, and it's not too late to sign up. And I'll put it in the description. You could Google it if you wanted to and can find it, but I'll try to put it in the description. Okay, so that's probably pretty good. All right, this is a chalk marker in green, and I'm just going to put some marks. I did want to do this before I got too far into it, is to actually stamp. I've got a script stamp, and I think I got it on Amazon, and it doesn't matter what kind of script you use. They all just they just add something to the page, and I'm not going to put it on a block because I don't want to do the whole stamp. I just want to do pieces and parts of it around. It just adds something in places that you don't really have anything else. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do before I got too far, if you see this, my Tim Holtz circle stencil, I threw it over top of a candle, and I have an original one-of-a-kind stencil now, and I think I'm gonna put some. I think I'm gonna use gelatos maybe. This is a green gelato from Faber-Castell, and I'm just going to go into some of these circles. I've used this with acrylic paint, and obviously some of it is dried on it, so it's not making a smooth circle. But this is a good thing about gelatos, is that they are blendable. I'm not going to do them all. I just want to do a few of them in various places and smooth them out a bit with my finger. Okay, so I end up with green hands as I'm doing this. I had a baby white, but it was kind of green anyway, so I'll probably need to get another one. But we put the top back on this gelato. I've got, this is it's an acrylic marker by Molotow, I think is how you pronounce it. And it's a little bit different than the other one that I use, but it's just something different. All right, this is a solid marker, acrylic marker. And it's kind of a blue-green. I'm just going to make some marks on here. And it's, because those dots were wet, it's, smearing them, so it's moving them around. I don't want to say that it's something wrong with it by blending it out. Okay, so I've got this is not green, obviously. It's a graphite stick that I'm gonna use to make some marks, just general marks. You can dip it in water, and you can write with it without water and then put the water on it, or you can just write it and leave it. But if you add water, it obviously moves. I've got some oil pastels. This one is broken, that I'm going to use. And this one's not an oil pastel. It's I thought it was, but it's chalky. This one I'm pretty sure is oil. And it's blendable. And this one, I think, is an oil. And maybe, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I need to put some water on the chalk pastel, because otherwise it'll go on all over the place. And let's see. Let me try this before I do anything else. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm looking for a stencil. Not any particular one, but just something that I think will work well. I think just about anything will work well with what I've got in here so far. Let's try this one. I've got a makeup sponge, and I've got some acrylic paint here. This is Green Gold by Golden. And there's plenty in the lid to do what I want to do. And of course, the secret about doing stenciling with acrylic paint is, not to have your brush loaded up too much. Not only does it not go in the openings well, let's see if it's doing anything. It will seep underneath. I really can't see much. I may have to get a different stencil with larger openings. It's not much, is it? Maybe I'll try this one. Trying to see where it came from, and I don't know. If you hear music in the background, it is not anything that I have on in the house. I live next to a brewery, and it's very cold, but they got a band out there tonight, so I don't know. They close at 10, so I don't have to listen to it, late in the evening, but I can hear it. And, for the most part, I like the music that they play, so I don't really care. I get the music for free. But if you hear the music, it's not that I'm being rude and having a radio on in the background. It's my next door neighbors, the brewery. Let's see if that's doing anything. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Let's see. I don't know what else I want to do. I don't think this one's going to show up any better, but we'll see what happens. the whole idea of this Care December is to take yourself away from the craziness of this holiday season, and to get off to yourself, to take care of yourself a little bit, but a little time, creative time that you set aside for yourself. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get some up here. I hope I didn't just stencil that without you being able to see, but maybe a bit over here. Okay, I think I need some white or buff paint or something. And I do have some, I have Titan Buff, golden Titan Buff, which I haven't opened in a while, so. Goodness. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. This has nothing to do with the caterpillar, except they are usually out in the forest or someplace that's green on leaves, and they eat leaves, so that part would be something they do. And the caterpillar, of course, is just a stage that they go through before they become a butterfly. I think that I'm going to do a little bit of this gesso. How I'm going to do it is another question. Well, let's see what I can do with just trying to get some out of it like that. Loaded it up that time. Sometimes it's seeping under the stencil, the paint seeping under the stencil is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm definitely going to need to wash my hands. Okay, I think that's enough of whatever it is I'm doing. I had a top for this somewhere. It's right here. All right, let me wipe my hands. I won't take the time to get a baby wipe out, but that needs to go in water for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna take a fan brush and I'm gonna do some splatters. I'm gonna do this white Dr. P.H. Martin bleed proof white. I want to spray some water in there. And what else do I want to do? I think I'm gonna splatter some gold just because it's Christmas. My phone case and my hands and the clothes I wear all end up with splatters on them, but it's worth it. Okay, so now that I think that I'm done, oh no, well, yeah, no, not quite. I got to, well, let me dry this first before I do anything else, and then I need to add my word. It is a wet mess right now. All right, because this is, I don't want to say it's a mess, but it, maybe I'd be accurate if I did say that. Because there's so much paint on here, and meaty, I want to be able to see the words, so I'm going to put it on this, what was in I think it's part of a ledger paper, maybe. Tear the top of it. And I'm not going to cut it off because I want to be sure I have enough room. I have this Lamy pen, which I was going to use, but I'm not sure it's going to write because I just recently filled it up. And I don't think it's going to. I might have to work on that before I get it to work. So we have to do something else. I've got pens over here. I'm just trying to find one. Let's see what this does. It doesn't show up. It's gray. That one's too fine. I'll use this one maybe. I hope I spelled it right. Doubling the downstroke. Is it E or an I? Okay, now I need to. Oh, it's one T. All right, let's do that. Let me make sure that I'm looking at it right. I am. So let's do that again. Okay, so I need to try to get this out of the way so I can write on something flat. I'm concentrating. Hard to talk when I'm doing this. Okay, that's my spelling bee for the day. And I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue, which, as I tell you every time, has no glitter in it. It's a good holding glue, and it dries clear. All the good things about a glue. And it's fast drying as well. The only drawback is keeping it where the glue's flowing because of it dries. If you don't get the pen back in it quick enough, you'll be digging it out next time. Well, let may have to do a little surgery on this before I use it again, but I do have some gel medium sitting out here that I can use instead. This is a heavy gel, which is definitely overkill, but my ink smeared because I didn't wait for it to dry. But I think that'll be okay. So I'm going to take this out. The gesso was sticking it. The back of the paper tucked down. Got so much stuff on my desk. Doing 2 projects. Okay, here we go. This is day 1, green light. Day 2, fern. Day 3, caterpillar. So, thank you so much for joining me and for a little bit of play. And I hope you'll, take the time to play as well. See you tomorrow.